The following is a Thorf TV production brought to you in cooperation with Jack Thorfinson. The following is a Thorf TV production brought to you in cooperation with Jack Thorfinson. The following is a Thorf TV production brought to you in cooperation with Jack Thorfinson. The following is a Thorf TV production brought to you in cooperation with Jack Thorfinson. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for the Sock Show, brought to you live from Mr. Holster's Ranch, way up north near the Canadian border. Happy Groundhog's Day. Yeah, today's Groundhog's Day. Hence, that's why I had the beginning I had on this program. It's kind of awkward program because Jack's not here, so it's not going to be the usual fare. I just thought I'd share a story with you tonight and this firearm. Jack, he's out on a date. In Jack's defense, he came home from SHOT Show quite exhausted, and he hasn't been on a date since. This is the first date since he got back from SHOT Show, and I think he got some sort of cold or something that was going on around down there. He said every time he grabbed a door handle or handled a gun, he'd wipe his hands off with a little bit of, he said he was carrying a bottle of alcohol around with him, and I said, you mean Purell? And Jack said, no, a bottle of alcohol. What's Purell? So, I just don't think it was very effective. Although he said it was Tennessee's best, it should have worked. But at any rate, he caught something, has been sick all week, and he's finally gotten better. So he went out tonight on a date, and I said, go ahead, Jack. I'll just do a quick little show, and we can have the Sock Show on your channel tomorrow night. And he said, yeah, that'll work good. He says, I got to get out and relax tonight, so I'll be up for the program. And I said, well, that's a good idea, Jack. So he went off on a date. So here we are without Jack. Let's start the show off right. He's not here to make me any cocoa, so I had to fend for myself. So I got a little apple juice. Yeah, a little apple juice. Just put it in a little juice glass with a little bit of ice, and that's what I'm going to have. Just a little sip, and I don't know if it was the right thing or not, because I tell you, the set here today is really cold. We got a cold snap that moved in again, and the set's 40. It's 40 degrees in here right now. I should turn the heater on, well in advance instead of 20 minutes in advance. But at least it's up to 40 degrees. Maybe the apple juice will kind of warm me up. Get a little juice in me. Let's start the program off right to the sunny slopes of long ago. That doesn't heat you up and cool you down all the same time. That's good apple juice. Not quite as good as the cocoa, but the apple juice is pretty good tonight. I want to show you this gun because there's a story behind all this. Which, it cracks me up, and it really annoyed my wife to no end. But here we go. I got my, I guess this is Romanian. My Romanian underfolder, AK-47 underfolder. And well, if we want to do that, yeah, we'll get the stock out. There we go. That's easier, yeah. My AK-47 underfolder, it's got a nice bake-like grip on it there, and we'll just make sure we're okie-dokie on it. And this gun has a sling on it, which is kind of cheesily attached. This is kind of AK Robski, and it works. It actually works, but it doesn't look very attractive. And I really wanted to get, for this, I wanted to get a one of those Larry Vickers Blue Force AK slings for it, but $50 was a lot of money. So I just did this instead, and it works fine. But that being said, that's where the story comes in. I'm going to fold this back up and put it back on the
And I've only had one sip of apple juice. Maybe that'll help. So here's the story. There's a local big box store, and I went in there over the summer, and they had a Blue Force, one of these. Actually, this one in my hand, this actual one. And I'm trying to see if they even say what this is. Yeah, it's a universal wire loop. That's what they call it. And I kind of felt that the majority of the people going in there, since it's a farm and feed store, really had no idea what this was. And I went in there and they had two different types of these. They had this one, which is the 3 1/4 inch loop, and then they had the 6 inch. I think it's 6 inch, the longer loop. And they were side by side, and they were on clearance. And they're originally $30 each, and this one was marked down to $14.95, and the other one was marked down to $8.95. So Mr. Holster, being Mr. Holster, he bought this one here and put it on his end pap. Put it on the sling on his end pap and took off the little paracord rope thing he had on that. But he wouldn't buy this because this one, if you look these things up, the longer one is actually more expensive than the shorter one. They had them priced the same, but then they had the longer one on clearance. had it on clearance for that $8.95, and they had 3 of these on the rack, and they were at $14.95. So I bought the other one, and I got back. I started thinking about it, and I thought, I really should have gotten one for my underfolder. So the next time I went back, I went over there, and the 3 of them were still hanging on the rack, and they were still at $14.95. And I went to get one for my underfolder, and then I looked at it again and go, I don't know why this is $14.95, and the other one was $8.95. And I said to myself, I said, I don't think anybody else coming in the store has the slightest idea what this is. I'll bet they'll mark it down again. I'll just check on it the next time I come back for feed. And it'll probably be marked down. I'll pick it up then. There's 3 of them there. There's no way there's 3 guys like me out there that'll come buy them. Because I'm betting nobody knows what this is. So I left. Next time I went to buy feed, I went back in there, and the 3 of them were still hanging there. And it's still at $14.95. And so at this point I went, yeah, fine. I'll wait till next time. Well, this has been going on for 6 months. So the other day, my wife says she's going to go to town, that she was going to go get some groceries. And I said, well, let me go with you. And she goes, why do you want to go? And I said, well, you're in town. We can go by the feed store because there's something I want to check on. And she goes, you're going to go check on the price of those stupid things, those stupid Sling things, aren't you? And I said, maybe. Because this has been annoying her, because every time I come back to the feed store, this has been going on since it was before August. Yeah, this has been going on since July. And I said, well, yeah, this has been annoying her, because every time I come back from feed, I tell her the story again. She said, I've already heard this story. I said, well, yeah, but it isn't marked down yet, and yet all 3 of them are still there. At what point do you realize that you should have marked it down to the $8.95 you marked the other one down to, and just mark them down? So we go to town, and I go in there, and my wife was with me, and she's mad at me because she didn't want to drive. She didn't want to go into this store, because this is a big store, and every time, big stores are a pain in the butt to park and get in and out of. She didn't want to go in there because she just wanted to get her groceries and go back home. So she's already mad at me before we stop. And we stop and we go in there, and we go in, and one of them has been bought. It's not there. There's only 2 left. But they're marked down to $7.95. And I go, oh, they're marked down to $7.95. I'm going to buy them. And she goes, good. I don't want to have to hear about this again. And so I grab them, and then I start going, oh, there's only 2 of them here. And she goes, how many do you need? And I say, oh, I only need 1. She said, well, well, then just buy one. I said, well, you can't, because they're $7.95 and they're $30. I can't buy just one. I said, if I get another one, I'm sure I can find an AK somewhere I can put it on. Which, of course, just annoyed her. And I said, but there should be 3 here. I can't believe. She said, well, somebody else probably bought the other one. I said, no way. There's nobody else within 100 miles that even knows what this is for. I can guarantee you. And I said, that's all right. Okay. I'm going to get these 2. And we get up to buy them, and I don't have my wallet. I left my wallet at home. And so I turned to her, you got to buy these for me because I left my wallet at home. Oh, was she mad? At any rate, I got 2 of them. 2 out of the 3 for $7.95 a piece. And it only took me 6 months to wait for that to happen. And I thought I'd share that today because, yeah, I'm going to take those. This little stand doesn't like AKs. I'm going to take those, take that one, and I'm going to mount it on this sling. And I'll at least have something a little sharper looking than that on this one. And I got an excuse now to keep my eyes peeled for a different AK. Yeah. So there you go, guys. There's the story for tonight, and it only ate up, oh my gosh, like 12 minutes of your life you'll never get back again, listening to the story of the sling mount. You know, I just read it, and I've already forgot what they call these. The universal wire loop. Yeah, the Blue Force Gear 3.25-inch universal wire loop that I got for $7.95. So all it took was 8 months of stopping at that store about every 2 weeks. And even then I lost one of them, which still annoys me and annoys my wife every time I bring it up. That I can't believe somebody else bought the other one. Which right there is worth a fortune. It is. I can annoy her with that for probably till the day I die, just to bring it up. You know, I still can't believe somebody else. Yeah, that's all I had to do in the car 3 or 4 times on the way home. Is I still can't believe somebody else actually knew what that was for and bought it, and it wasn't there. To the point that the 3rd time she said, just shut up about it. I'm sick of hearing about it. That's just worth a fortune right there. Thanks for tuning in, guys, for Mr. Holster and Jack, who's out on a date, having the time of his life, I hope. Go out and stay safe.